situation currently. I'm still far from where I wanna be. The supermodel I always wanted is not in watching me. Of course she jocking me. I know you wish you me. I'm chilling now. I'm blowing leaves. It's green attached to me. This game I never leave. My music is the perfect show of my true immortality.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to Talent Talk. Today we have a very special interview. Another Hendrix family member. We got Bundy here. How you doing, Bundy?
What's happening? I'm good, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Great to have you here for the interview. Excited. You're doing your music thing, and we're gonna dive into it. This is the first big Talent Talk interview, so yeah.
I'm glad you have me here.
Come on. And as your cousin hosting Talent Talk and all that, do I have permission to record this interview?
Absolutely, cuz.
Come on. So where and when were you born?
I was born out here, Seattle, Washington, in July 30th, 1997.
Come on, summer babies.
You know?
Who else is like in your just immediate family growing up?
Immediate family is my older brother, Victor Vicious, and then my oldest sister, Cabby, and then my second, oldest sister on my dad's side, Danielle.
Mm-hmm. Come on. Are there any traditional names in your family, or names that kind of get passed down, or?
Aside from Bundy, that's it.
Yeah, good old Bundy. Come on. Did you have other family members that lived nearby? Tell me about them.
Well, pretty much everybody lived in Seattle. As far as my mom's mom, my dad's mom, great grandparents, everybody kind of lived in the city.
Yeah, your cousins and all that. It was we really grew up in a town, real city kids. Come on.
You know.
So, what did your community look like outside of your family? Talk about some of your main friends growing up and who meant a lot to you.
Honestly, my homies from high school, Ben, Jordan, and Boo, they always been rocking with me. You know, we've been tight since we was 12, 13, you know?
Yeah.
So, shout out to them.
Come on. You always need that strong support system as you're making it out to town, man. Come on.
You know?
What types of activities would you do together with your friends on the regular?
Well, we met when we was hooping at Renton, and then we was just close ever since. We didn't really because we was all trying to make something of it. You feel me?
Yeah.
So when we wasn't hooping, we was playing 2K. All basketball related activities, you know.
Come on. Well, speaking of basketball, just a little question off the top: who's your favorite player in the NBA then?
Right now, or just of all time?
Right now.
LaMelo Ball.
He's changing the game with all those steals coming in at a young age, for sure.
He's definitely entertaining to watch, that's for sure.
Yeah. So, wrapping up the family question, just talk a little bit about your ancestry, just your lineage, and how you're related to Jimi Hendrix.
So with that, basically, my great-grandmother on my dad's side, Grandma Ham, she was Jimi's aunt, and she kind of helped raise him and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so Jimi would basically be my third cousin in that sense.
Come on. I know Dolores. How are you related to her? Is one of her sisters your dad's mom, or?
Because Dolores was my grandma's name. Because that's my dad's mom.
Yeah, if your grandma's Dolores, that's Lucille's sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, so okay, cool there.
Yeah.
And then, Lucille's Jimmy's mom and all that, so yeah.
Mm.
Oh, that would make us third cousins? Okay, cool. I thought it was second or something, but yeah.
I think it's third.
Okay, cool, but yeah. So that blood's there, y'all. Real Hendrix family.
You know?
Come on. So getting into the music that everyone's waiting for, because you got that great sound. We're so happy and excited for you, and I'm just proud of you. So what is it like making music in Seattle? Are there any things that kind of hinder you, or are there things that help you?
Seattle kind of, there's not one specific sound to Seattle. It's a mix of a bunch of different things, but something that I try to emulate a lot of my music is really just having a true West Coast sound, because people tend to forget Seattle is still the West Coast. We might not be LA or the Bay, but it's even with Portland and Seattle, we both have our own unique sounds.
Yeah, it's hard to get that respect for our sounds, because you go to Cali and they say, oh, Portland and Seattle, they just want to be us so bad. I don't see that at all, because a lot of times people don't even talk as proper or, you know, well spoken as we do up here in,
Right.
in the Northwest.
Cause see, that's the thing. Like, I've had people from New York come up to me and be like, "Wow, you speak like so proper. Like, what kind of accent is that? Like, what? Like, you don't even think we have an accent?"
Yeah,
up
we
here.
just think we talk.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's fun.
And it kind of goes against us in the music scene because it's like they don't think we can have our own sound when our sound is we can rap and do all the good music, but they're gonna understand what we're saying.
Right, and people don't talk like us.
Yeah, they don't. Whether it's the Hellas or the Filthies or the
Like, come on, Cuddy.
or that's my guy.
Come on now.
Yeah, we have a lot of town lingo, but at the end of the day, it's just mostly proper and urban. So,
Yeah.
Do you think there are nearby artists that you can collab with, or are they from other states?
So honestly, my bro Sablo, we got a collab project coming up.
Yeah, talk about that, because I know about that, but they don't know about that. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so he's actually from Long Beach, but he moved up here, I want to say like a few years ago or something. And like, we just linked up at a show that we did together. And like, we've been trying to connect for hella long. And then finally we got the opportunity. And then, yeah, we just been working on this project. And we actually got a music video for that tomorrow that we got to shoot.
Okay,
So,
come on, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Come on. Where you guys shooting that at? Or just is it top secret?
It's at his crib, but it's gonna be a cool shoot.
All right, cool.
It's like I'd say it's like a Starsky and Hutch vibe.
Okay, that kind of leaded into my next question of what upcoming projects or music are you working on? So you talked about your tape with Sablo. Is there anything else that you're working on, maybe just solo-wise right now?
Solo, I mean, you know, I'm always working, but
Yeah.
like, I say this. Aside from my project with Sablo, I am trying to take my sound in kind of like a different direction. Not like completely derailing from what fans are used to and stuff, but like definitely something a little different.
Yeah. Well, just to show that versatility, because you already have so many different flows, and I've seen that on the Sablo. I'm not gonna say too much because you know you showed me the sneak peeks, and I'm thankful. But I've seen you switch that up, and just on your own albums, you're able to go from this spectrum to the other spectrum, and just with your flows, the beat, everything. You can tear up any beat for sure.
Appreciate it, man.
So when did you first start making music?
So I've started like writing poetry in like middle school and stuff, and like my brother, he was a rapper when he was in high school, and so I kind of like came up under him and started like wanting to rap and do what he did basically. And then high school freshman year, I made my first song. One Night, if anybody remembers that.
I think we slightly remember that, yeah. Well, because the real family we know, because we're gonna hear it.
That was clowning. But that was the first song I made with my brother. And then after that, me and some homies in high school, we all started rapping together. If anybody wants to look that up, Buto Productions.
Where can they find that at? SoundCloud?
SoundCloud.
Okay,
It's all
cool.
on SoundCloud.
But no, that's pretty interesting. I never knew that you wrote poetry in middle school. And is there any famous poets that you kind of like looked up to or read their stuff, or was it just off the top of your head and you were just writing to see what sounded good?
There weren't any like specific poets that I was like just like admiring at that time, but I was really interested in like writing like haikus, which is basically like it's a 5-7-5 where it's like 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to like just still making sure that everything makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like
and making it have that corresponding the bar. Like, I remember the haiku too from like around that time, where like you do the first and third bar and second and fourth bar, something like that.
Yeah.
For the haikus.
Yeah, so there's like different variations of it, but that's how I learn bars.
Cool. Come on. And no, we can see now that you really took it to the next level, and maybe that poetry is needed for like most rappers, so they can really get their lyricist capabilities up there.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, you gotta learn to walk before you run. You feel me?
Come on. So another question I had for you was: is there a most fun studio recording story, if any, like, or just recording any song where you were just like, oh, you're having a great time, and then the music was just taking over, and you were just knowing that it was gonna be a good song, and then you were having fun while making it? Any times like that?
Well, I mean, definitely a lot of songs, but I would have to say the funniest times ever in the studio was Buto Productions. Like,
the very first times ever?
Man, like every single song we was in there, we were dying laughing, bro. Like,
but that's kind of what music needs, is that happiness and that genuinity.
Like, if anybody looks up Buto Productions, I promise you'll laugh at least once. Like, at least.
All right, cool. We're gonna get that spelling for Buto Productions, and we're gonna get that in the description because we gotta let them see it. We're gonna see. So, I love your music videos that you've been making so far. They're really, really well produced. They have great stories as well. What are your favorite music videos that you released?
I would definitely have to say Wild. Honestly, shout out Shamel Leask for kind of like putting that whole thing together. That was like, yeah, she did her thing with that. She definitely helped co-direct that.
Yeah, no, that was a great music video, like all through and through. That one's going crazy on YouTube as well. Come on. Favorite performance?
Man, that's tough. Honestly, man, yeah, because there's the very first show I did when I rented out this space for my birthday, and I did a performance for Sandsauce. That shit was lit.
Yeah, that one's going crazy.
But then, man, shoot, I just did the show with Gifty Gab. That was turned up.
Come on.
Then the show right before that, I can't even think of the place that we performed at, but it was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to figure it out. But there's a lot of good performances.
For sure. Where did you perform that with Gifted Gap?
That was at Chop Suey.
All right, cool. So Chop Suey, that's pretty cool. And how recent was that?
That was last Halloween.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that was turned up.
And so you made a lot of music so far over the years. What's your favorite track overall that you've made?
My favorite track so far, I would have to say Swervin'.
Swervin'.
I like Swervin'.
Come on, that's smart.
It's a fun turn up song, you know.
And it's doing some good streams too. Come on.
Yeah, you know.
What's next for the Bundy brand?
Man, well, you know, I got my clothing, you know, fly. Trying to put some more time and effort into that, making that a little more popping.
Definitely. You know, we can model some of your clothing on the podcast.
Oh yeah,
we
for
do our,
sure.
We do our
definitely
weekly shows.
Send some your way.
I know the Town Talk fans want to know: Are they going to see you on one of our weekly Town Talk shows?
I mean, shoot, I'm gonna definitely try. We're
gonna try
that
for
sure.
And if not, we can move some stuff around and get Bundy in there for a show that's at a different time for sure. But we gotta make that happen at some point. Come on.
I'm definitely done. You feel me?
Come on. And then final question, just a fun one: papers or wraps for when you use your cannabis?
Papers, unless it's a hemp wrap.
Come on.
Papers and hemp wraps.
We love to hear that. Tina Hendrix would love to hear that. She's rocking with the hemp wrap wave. Come on now.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't mess with like tobacco products like that no more. Like, I'm really trying to stay away from like nicotine or anything like that.
Come on. Gotcha.
Just strictly weed.
That's good, man. A great interview. We got Bundy here, y'all.
Appreciate you.
Tap in at all social medias, Funny Bundy, and go to Spotify. Tap in at Bundy. You'll see his music there. You'll see his gorgeous face right there, y'all.
You feel me?
Come on, you see him shining, y'all. And we gonna get him on Town Talk. It was a great interview. Thanks for being the first Town Talk spotlight interview, cousin. Love you. We gonna keep this thing going, y'all, and we gonna get to the top.
Appreciate you.
Come on.
Trying to sell me gems like I ain't just throw it up on. But I did that, it's all in my passions like my hatchback. I was whipping around, fucking on Renton Ave in the backpack. Let me backtrack, what I'm talking about. Getting paper, put your people on, that's what it's all about. What's the point of cutting trees if you don't blow it with the bros? Climate change is real, it's hot up in this fucking studio.